Hello and welcome back to this video, and in this video we'll be looking at booleans in Python. So bool is actually a data type in Python that takes only two values, that is true and false. So this can be used in, let's say, checking for a condition or solving a mathematical equation, right? So we will explore the uses of boolean in this video. So we know that bool takes two values, that is true and false, right? So how are we going to know if it is a bool variable or it's just a string? For example, if I say print true, right, and I'm running it, so now I have the value of true. So but this doesn't mean that I have any equation or I have a logical statement that is true, right? So it's just a statement. So I will change this. Now instead of string true, let's say I'm printing 9 greater than 8, right? So what exactly am I doing here? So 9 greater than 8 is a true statement and I'm going to print that statement, right? So, and also I am not giving the strings, that is the double quote. So this is not a string, so I will not get the answer as 9 greater than 8 here. So I will receive the answer of this particular comparison, right? So I will clear the output and I'll run this again. I am getting the output as true. So this true is different from the one that we had previously, because here I have never specifically mentioned any string that says true, but here I've given a condition, a statement that is true, right? So for example, I would give 6 greater than 8. Now this is obviously a very false statement. Now we need to understand what the print statement will tell now, and yes, we get the false, right? So now you have an understanding of what true and false is, right? And this is not only restricted to conditional statements, this is also can be used to any form of statement, right? So for example, if I want to print the truth or false values of a string, right? So this is just print hi. Now I'll have an output say hi, but if I want to know whether this statement, this string is true or false. I know it doesn't make sense, but once I put the function here, let's say bool of, right? So this bool of function converts whatever that is there given inside into either a true or a false value, right? So once I hover on this bool function, you can see that VS Code is giving us an explanation of what bool is. So bool returns true when the argument x is true. Argument x is something that we give inside the bool. False otherwise. The built-in true and false are the only two instances of the class bool, right? So inside the class bool we have only two values, that is true and false. The class bool is a subclass of the class int and cannot be subclassed. Yes, we will be seeing how it is related to int as well, because in true and false they can be exactly related to numbers, say 0 and 1, right? So we will look at that later. For now we will see the bool value of hi. Now our argument is hi, that is a string, right? So if it works for hi, it should work for any kind of string, right? So our string value here is true. Now why is this true? Because there is some kind of value inside the string, right? So if a string contains any kind of value, the Boolean equivalent for that would be true. If the string is empty, right, so we'll see what the output will be. The output is false, right? So we have an understanding of what the strings equate to. If the string has a value, it's a truth. If a string does not have a value, it's false, right? So these are called truthy and false values, right? So inside bool, I'm going to give a number, okay? Let's say 100. So now we are going to understand the truthy and falsy values of integers, right? So I'm going to clear this output and I will run this. So I have the value as true, right? So what if I have a negative 100? Now what should I get? We'll see. I'm getting true. So inside bool, positive and negative numbers are giving a value of true, right? So what if I give 0, right? So positive, negative we've seen, we'll see 0. Yes, the answer is false. Okay, so in integers, any kind of positive or negative values except 0, any value except 0 will give you a truth and 0 will give you a false, right? So this is how we will be using the Boolean to, derive logical expressions and come to conclusions of whether some statements are true or false, right? So let's say I have a variable a is equal to 10. I have another variable b is equal to 7, right? So I need to check if a is greater than b, right? So I will give print a greater than b. Now if I, let me comment this out. So if I receive a true, which means a is greater. If I receive a false, which means b is greater, right? So now we can actually use a simple print statement to compare two values, right? So this is a very effective use case of this particular bool. But since here we know the numbers, we know the answer that is going to be true. So we will check that once. Yes, we get the answer as true. Okay. And one more thing that we need to know when it comes to Boolean variables is that we can explicitly print the value true, right? We can explicitly use the keywords true and false, right? So now I'm going to analyze what kind of type is this true that I'm giving here, right? So since it's colored, we know that it's a keyword here. So as you can see, anything that is colored will have some kind of value to it. So if I give a is equal to and I don't give anything, right? So a is equal to, I don't give anything. Now if I give a value to it, as you can see, the value has a color, the variable has a color. So this is an indication that true is a keyword, right? So all kind of keywords are colored. Now I will print this and I will comment this out. We don't need this right now. I'll save this, clear the output and run. Yeah, now I have it, the type of true as class bool, right? So this is the data type of true. Okay, so inside, if I give, let's say 9 greater than 8, so what should I get, right? So my answer is 9 greater than 8, my answer is true, right? So is it the same bool? Yes, they both are the same. So 9 greater than 8 will return a Boolean variable, right? A value true that belongs to the class bool. Okay, so this is the basics of Boolean statements in Python. You can use this, in mathematical equations and whatnot. The scope for application is endless. So I hope you've understood this and see you in the next video. Thank you.